What's up, guys? It's Wero. Today we got Golden Arms locked in, man. Everybody knows Golden Arms. I mean, he doesn't really need an introduction. Everybody know him. I will say one thing, though. I want to give a mad shout out to King Madness. This dude is the first one on a live every time, bro. Followed very closely by Sunshine and everybody else. Like a lot of people I'm seeing, consistent people in here, man. I appreciate you guys. Samke, Boyka, Abel, King Madness again. Y'all are always in here just doing your thing, man. I appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's bring out the man himself. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Just chilling, relaxing, trying to recover from an injury.
I feel
Got
that.
a shoulder injury.
What happened?
Rolling around, jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm. Just jiu-jitsu? Just jiu-jitsu. Did somebody snatch you up, or did you move wrong or fall wrong? Or
I think I moved wrong, and it just feels like probably just a tear. Nothing big, but it's still. Good. I've been out already for pretty much this whole week. No training, nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's getting any better.
Yeah, honestly, with men our age, it's not. It's going to be a hot minute, man. It really is going to be a hot minute. So, as I explained in the back, man, this is a show about letting people know who Golden Arms is as a person, not so much as just a fighter. Like, we all know you as a fighter. Some of us a little better than others. So, without further ado, let's hop into it, man. So, first question, just what I ask always everybody. Where were you born? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up Northern California, Modesto area, but I was born in Petaluma, which is near Santa Rosa, San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
so
close to that
born
area.
And raised in California all your life, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So where'd you go to high school at?
In a little town called Atwater.
Atwater.
It's Atwater, California, near Modesto.
Modesto, okay. Somebody got a quick question. We're gonna pop in real quick. Why do you practice BJJ when you have a boxing match coming?
Just trying to learn it all, master it all.
Not a bad answer.
Who knows? I might go in there for a MMA match one of these days.
From what I know, you're planning an MMA match.
Yeah.
MMA match. Yeah. That's good. And next question. How much do you weigh? Now, whatever he says, we got to add 14 pounds of
that. Right now, I actually dropped weight since I haven't been weightlifting or any of that. Mm-hmm. I'm like at 205 right now. So normally, if I'm weightlifting, I'll stay around 214, 215.
Yeah, I feel you. So, okay, little Golden Arms, growing up in California. How was that for you? How was it in that small town?
It was pretty good. It was a lot of trouble. Just had to pretty much stay your way out of it, and I grew up in a little town where, like I said, there was a lot of trouble, and you were always dealing with just bad people, bullies, and gangs and whatnot. So I always felt like growing up in my little town, I always stayed away from all that, but it also, because of it, it followed me. A lot of people would just want to look for trouble for no reason.
So you're pretty big right now. Were you a stocky as a child, or were you thin as a child?
No, I was skinny. I used to
super skinny.
I started boxing when I was like 12 or 13 for Atwater
that
Pound.
Young. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I weighed like 150 when I first started. My first match in boxing. Yeah. I think I was like 15, and I weighed in like at 155.
155. Okay. I didn't realize you started boxing that early. How many fights do you have total?
Amateur, I probably have like 15.
15 amateur fights? Okay, yeah, I didn't realize that. And you started your amateur career at 12, you said?
No, at 15. I started boxing at 12.
Oh,
but
15. 15.
my first
Yeah.
match was at 15.
Okay. We're gonna pause here and there because there's a lot of people in the comments, and I want to make sure that you get to see some of these and answer some of their questions. So we're gonna pause in sections. Golden Arms is welding lingo, is it? Let's see. We had one here a second ago. There. So Tank wants to know if we can get a gym tour.
A gym tour.
Yeah, everybody wants to see the gym, man. Yep. Sunshine says speedy healing. So get that in. Yeah. So back to it. Troublesome childhood, or there was a troublesome area where you lived in. You didn't necessarily get into a lot of trouble. You stayed away from it. Did you ever get in trouble? Have you ever been in trouble with the law?
With the law, no. Just in trouble with people fighting all the time. So
yeah,
I always had a cousin of somebody trying to fight me because I fought his cousin, and it was always like that.
Definitely know how that goes. So you start boxing at 15, or you start boxing at 12. You have your first amateur fight at 15. How long did you box as a minor? Like 15? Did you box those 3 years, or did you quit for a little while?
No, I boxed all 3 years. I actually boxed till I was like 20. I was planning to make and that was actually when I first came to Bakersfield. I think I was like 20, closer to 21. I was training with well, you guys are not from Bakersfield. There's an old gym here in Bakersfield called the Dome, and they used to train boxing there. And one of the coaches there had picked me up, and he was trying to turn me pro. We were going through all the licensing and all that. And during that time, we were trying to, with my first wife, we were trying to have a kid. Well, she wanted to have a kid. So she ended up having a kid, but then, well, she got pregnant. And I think a couple months into it, she got a miscarriage. So that threw everything off, and it was just more fighting between me and her after that. And I ended up dropping out of boxing to start working construction, and that was the end of boxing till I picked it up with Streetbeefs again.
Okay, so you didn't box for what? Damn near 20 years, huh? No, actually, you said 20 something. So yeah, a good 15 years at least. Yeah. Okay. So what was your record when you ended your amateur career?
I think it probably had, like, if I remember correctly, I know I lost twice to the same guy. It might have been like 3 or 4 losses, and the rest of them were wins.
Were wins. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you happen to box anybody we know? Did you come up boxing anybody we know? Anybody famous? Just out of curiosity. No, nobody that rings a bell. Okay. Cool. Okay, so first wife, and you guys got married. I'm assuming you're in your 20s, early 20s.
I got married at 18.
Whoa, early. Okay. How many kids do you guys have?
We have twins and a little girl.
Twins and a little girl. So 3 kids?
3 with her, yeah.
And when did that first marriage end?
I think I was 28. Yeah, 28, 27.
27.
And it was already, me and her, we had problems since we pretty much started marriage, and somehow, trying to just make it work out and whatnot. Since we had gotten married through church and all that, we were trying to make it work out. But yeah, it was, I don't call it a mistake just because of my kids that I have with her, but yeah, it was definitely something that shouldn't have continued.
Yeah, I feel you. I think anybody who has at least, one marriage and one divorce under their belt feels the same way.
Yeah.
Okay, so that first marriage does its thing. You have 3 kids. How's the separation? Is it rough, or do you guys get along? Do you co-parent well?
At first it was rough. Now it's pretty easy.
How old are your kids now?
The twins are 14, and the youngest one with her is 11. 10, 11.
Okay. And second wife, who we know.
That's the second one.
You know, how did that come about? And how long have you guys been married?
Actually, we've been together 9 years. Yeah.
9 years. Okay. And you have kids together?
Yeah. I have one with her, and she had one with their ex partner.
So together you have 5 kids
2.
total?
No, yeah, together we have 5.
Collectively, 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty dope. I've met her. She's really cool. We had an absolute blast in the strip club together.
She's a wild one.
She's okay. Like, let's touch on that real quick. Your wife is nuts. Like, your wife is so fucking crazy, bro. Like, I know you guys see Golden Arms, and sometimes he talks a little shit and gets in there, and he's kind of a wild man in the ring sometimes. But that's his wife outside of the ring, bro. She's nuts. Like, you see Golden Arms just sitting there, just trying to be all he can be, and she's just bouncing around, just going fucking crazy. It's a cool little dynamic you guys have. It really is, man.
Yeah,
it really, really is.
My brothers and family that know me, I mean, I know that I changed a lot after I met her, but everyone that I meet after I haven't seen them for a while, they'll tell me like, "Damn, you've changed a lot," you know. And like my brothers say it all the time. You know, Ali has fucking turned you around. You used to be all shy, never wanted to do anything, and it was all work for you. And to me, yeah, I feel like, you know, I've changed a lot with her, but she's always been the way she is. So
yeah,
kind of gotta learn to adapt with her.
Yeah, she's cool though. She's cool. It's probably fairly easy to adapt a lot of times. So, what made you get back into boxing? And first of all, what made you decide to get back into boxing? And second, how'd you find Streetbeefs? How'd you get into Streetbeefs?
I was always scrolling through YouTube looking at fights, like street fights.
Yeah.
And always just going through it, and you know, that was like my entertainment, just looking at the videos, different fights on the streets and whatnot. And yeah, just what was it, 2021, like January, I was scrolling through it, and it started announcing a Streetbeefs fight, and I was like, because I had to watch also the felon fights. I don't know if you guys remember those. Felony fights.
Yeah, felony.
And it started announcing the Streetbeefs, and I know that felon fights had already dropped out for a while, so I was like, it's probably the new they just picked it up now with Streetbeefs, you know.
Yeah.
So I started looking at some of the fights and just started them, you know, going through the comments and whatnot, trying to see how I would join. And yeah, finally, I think January I found out about them. February I signed up, and 2 weeks later after I signed up, they found my name on the announcements to pick up a fight.
That's dope. Yeah, that's awesome.
I wasn't even. I mean, I hadn't been running. Like I said before, what made me pick up with Streetbeefs too was that 5 years prior to joining Streetbeefs, I was in a really bad work accident.
Yeah,
and I couldn't run or any workout with my legs. You know, it was pretty much limited because I have a really bad leg. So
what happened?
Just a work accident. I was welding on a pipeline and ended up blowing while I was welding on it. Almost teared my left leg off pretty much. Have a laceration from pretty much from my belly button all the way to my ass.
Yeah, and I'm going to say a sentence right now, and I don't want any of you fuckers in the comments to jump to any conclusions, but I saw that scar in the strip club. And it is horrific. Like, okay, like half your body is open in that section right there. Damn near. What, like the pipe blew up? Like literally exploded?
It was an explosion, but it was under a lot of pressure. So when the pipe gave out at the location where it gave out, it started whipping. So the first time it whipped, I mean, this is a 10-inch pipe, so in diameter. So I mean, 10-inch diameter is pretty big for a pipe, you know. And these are sections of like 40 feet long. and it started whipping. I mean, for a pipe that big to whip, there was a lot of movement behind it, and started whipping. It pinched me against the wall, and when they were trying to get it off, that time when it pinched me against the wall, it just broke my leg. The second time when they were trying to get it off, trying to get me off the wall, the pipe off of me, the sling on the forklift ripped, and that's when it hit the second time, but it hit on the inside, and that's when it caused that laceration down my stomach.
So did the end of the pipe hit you and slam into your leg like that?
It wasn't the end because I was like towards the middle of the section where there was a bunch of like 40-footers going down a mountain, um, that are getting welded together. There was more welders, like 40 feet down from me. There was another welder. 40 feet after that, there was another welder.
Yeah.
But just my section, the supports that were supposed to be holding that pipe there gave out, and that's what made it started whipping with all the pressure that the pipe let go after it broke. It broke at the weld pretty much, where, because like I said, there was pressure on inside the pipe, so that's what made it to start whipping.
And so it hits you, it slams into your leg one time, it kind of pins you there, breaks it. Did it pin you
Yeah,
against the wall, it said?
yeah,
And then the second time it comes through, it hits you in the leg,
on the inside.
lacerates on the inside and lacerates your stomach. You told me that and just now your leg was dangling. What the fuck happened after it hit you? What do you remember? And how long ago was this?
This
5, 6 years ago?
5 years ago. Yeah, the
5 years ago.
first time I was still, I I picked up my welding hood, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Because I was still in shock, and
Yeah.
I thought my helper was screaming, his fucking just screaming like crazy, and I was like, man, this thing probably hit him. I
You
see
didn't know
my
it hit
leg.
you?
Yeah, I thought it had him though, but when I seen my leg, it was like kind of wrapped around the pipe. I could see the bottom of my foot, my boot, and I was like, fuck, it hit me. That's when I went into shock, and I started
You went
screaming.
straight
I was
into
like, get
shock.
this
Yeah.
fucking shit off of me. I'm screaming, get it off, get it off. And
Yeah.
the but that's how I pretty much ended up pinning me against the wall. And then the second time, that's when I hit the inside, causing that big laceration. But what was your question again?
Oh, so yeah, what do you remember immediately
Oh,
following
the
immediately
first time.
following the laceration?
Yeah, the first time I was still, like I said, awake. The second, when it hit me the second time, I was done after that. I wasn't awake. I just remember the helicopter showing up to well, I don't remember the helicopter. I just remember them putting me on top of the helicopter, all the bouncing and all that. My leg was
Yeah.
one of the guys tried grabbing my leg, and then, like I said, it was all pretty much dangling. And that's when I woke up screaming. I was like, in pain, and they put me up there. And first thing I remember asking the guy that was on the helicopter, I was like, I need pain medicine. And they didn't want to give me anything because it was a work accident. So I had to get blood tested first before they gave me anything.
That fucking sucks.
So I had to take, I think it was like a 20, 30-minute flight back to the hotel, to the hospital before the doctors did all their work and put me through pretty much surgery
Dude.
right away. I think I went through surgery.
Did you pass that drug test?
Yeah.
Good, because
Shit.
that's just them trying to find a reason not to pay for that shit. That's all.
Yeah, just a reason
Yeah.
not to pay for all of that and be responsible for.
So your fucking legs dangling off. You're in a helicopter. You're flying through the air. You're awake, and you're in a lot of pain. Like, did you look down and see your leg during that time, or
No,
did they
not
have you
when I
strapped in?
but when I was in the helicopter, I don't remember none of that. I remember just telling him, give me pain medicine, and he said, we can't, buddy. You gotta wait till you get to the hospital. And
What
after
the
that, I just crashed out again,
You
passed
just
out.
kind of passed out from the pain,
Yeah,
probably. Jesus Christ.
yeah.
So, on your body, what exactly tore? Like,
Like
what did it hit? What did it knock out of the way? Like, it lacerated your stomach. Did it completely pull your leg off of your body, with the exception of a little bit of skin dangling, or what
it
happened?
it was lacerated from, like I said, belly to back to my ass, and you could say dangling because the leg was already broken halfway down my
Mm-hmm.
the femur bone. Um, it was still hanging on by skin, pretty much. My hip was fucked up during the accident too, but if you guys want to get more personal,
Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. I know where this is going. Let's hear it.
I lost because of the laceration. I lost my left testicle. Still works though.
Wait, you lost it? Where'd it go?
Well, because of the laceration,
Yeah.
they called it the trauma to it. It made it pretty much. That's what he made it sound like, the doctor, like
So
an
did it
egg,
just pop out the sack?
like an egg cracking, pretty much, and then
Uh-huh.
it just dried out.
But you said it still works?
Well, because I have my right one, so
Oh,
I
okay,
still.
okay. I thought you meant that specific left nut still works. So you still
No,
have one good nut.
yeah, I still have
So
one good one, so it still works. Everything still works.
right. I think we're gonna change your fight name from Golden Arms to Uno.
I've heard this over and over at work.
Over and over. That's fucking nuts, bro. You lost a nut in an. So okay, this shit's getting fucking ridiculous right now. So you get to the hospital, you've got half a nut gone, half your legs fucking just flop to the side. You're lacerated all down your stomach. They get you in there, they get you on some pain medication. How long were you in the hospital for after that?
The accident happened in September. I didn't leave the hospital till December. And
1 second. Jimmy Fit, you accidentally made that plural. It should be singular. He's got ball. Oh man, god damn! And we're
I was
gonna
in the
rematch.
hospital ICU. I was probably like almost 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah,
So
I didn't leave ICU till like the beginning of November. They sent me to what they call the regular floor, and at the regular floor, I was there for a couple of weeks. Then they sent me down to Bakersfield, back home, and I finished here at a what do you call it? A rehab center, like a rehabilitation center for like learning how to walk again and all that with my leg, how to do your
God damn, bro. So I'm not gonna lie, man. It's the whole golden mine thing you have going on. It gives a whole new fucking meaning to it. I'm not gonna lie. It really does. Quick question, and I know everybody's wondering this. The left nut got taken, but it was the shaft okay?
Yeah, the shaft is
good.
okay.
Good. Okay, we don't just
Still
making
works.
sure, because I know that's what everybody was wondering. And so yeah, so 2 months in there, and you're in the regular wing or whatever they call the ward or whatever. PT. How long was your PT after that?
I attended PT probably like January, all the way till like March, and I was supposed to keep going, but I just got tired of it. It was the same thing over and over. And according to them, that's what you got to do when you're going through rehab and all that. But to me, it was like, nah, I'm done with you guys. I can do this at home. My insurance, my company that I work for, they wanted me to still keep going through it, but I told them I'm done. Like it's not helping me do anything. My leg, my whole back leg, the muscle on the back, it's dead. I only have muscle on the front side of my leg. So if you see my left leg and my right leg, my left leg is probably like 3-4 inches smaller than my right leg. That's because the back muscle on it's all dead. Because of the because of the trauma.
So it atrophied and just died. Did they have to cut a bunch of it out? I'm assuming, and now it's a lot of scar tissue in there.
They didn't cut anything out. When I went through like a specialist and all that, trying to see if it would recover again, one of the doctors told me, he's like, look, if it hasn't, they do like the needle testing and all that, and they said if it hasn't recovered in a year after your accident, he said that leg is pretty much done. That back muscle is pretty much done. Yeah, okay. So that's why I never took before the accident. I was always running. I was running 15-20 miles. That's why I was so light before my accident. Before my accident, I weighed like 175, 180, but that's all I did. I never weightlifted. I took weightlifting after my accident because of not being able to run and all that. So Like I
makes
said,
sense.
5 years after my accident, that's when I joined Streetbeefs, and I wanted to start. Well, after I lost to 619 and Walk Lobster, I knew the only way to get my cardio back on again would be running, and that's when I took running again. So, and actually, when I started running, I was running my miles like at 13 minutes a mile, which is pretty damn slow.
It's just erroneously slow. It should be.
Yeah. So now I'm down to 9 minute miles, which is still slow compared to what I used to be able to run them. But 9 minutes is pretty good.
Again, though, for guys our age, like I'm probably sitting easily at a 13-minute mile right now if I could get through a mile. Fuck running. So like long story short, Streetbeefs, honestly, you joining Streetbeefs upped your game in so many levels. Just physically, after like very short time after the accident. That's a debilitating accident. And in 5 years, you're arguably in the best shape you've ever been in.
Yeah, I actually feel like that sometimes. I know when I came out of the rehab center, the doctor was telling me, because of the way I was in a wheelchair at the rehab, like for everything they would move me in a wheelchair, and the doctors at the rehab center were like, yeah, it's gonna take like a good year to get back to walking and all that. After I left that place, I was probably walking like the next month with the cane, but I was still moving around on my leg and everything.
Yeah. So, quick question: deadlifting. You've got dead nerves back there. Deadlifting is a lot of hamstring. How does that affect your deadlifting?
I can deadlift, but I don't deadlift as much. Same way with squatting. I can squat, but for my size, I don't squat anywhere near what someone my size should be squatting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's because of the bad leg, the muscle won't help me push.
Yeah, there's only so much you could do with it because it's dead. That's nuts. Yeah. Okay. So, and this is, I know I asked you beforehand if there's anything that's off limits, and you said no. So I'm just going to ask this. When we're at the strip club, how many threesomes have you and your wife had? Because you guys were just ham, bro. Ham. It was nuts. It's got me wondering. I know y'all be swinging, bro. Y'all be swinging. Look at that face. She knows he does too. Is she going to kill me for asking this?
No comment.
Ah, damn it. All right. Okay, we have to talk about that. So, all right. Back to Streetbeefs. You joined Streetbeefs. Who was your first fight against?
Hitman.
And you got in there after knowing that you're going to be fighting and not really training for what, 2 weeks, something like that?
Yeah, when they called my name, I think I had like 2 weeks to start training.
2 weeks start training. Yep. And you won that TKO. Was it second round? First round?
No, we went the whole 3 rounds. I dropped him on the 3rd round, but
yeah. Yep, I thought. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. And your second fight, I remember that very clearly. Was 619, correct?
619.
Yep. And you you just immediately following the Hitman win, you just jumped in there and went fucking ham. What brought you to that point? What made you jump in there like that and just go, you know what? I'm stepping in and take everybody's head off. Was it just you felt like you had something to prove? Was it you didn't like certain people? What had you in there like that?
After I lost to 619, you mean?
No. After you won against Hitman, you started calling 619 out very, very, very clearly.
Well, like a lot of people, like I said, I've been boxing since I was 12. I know how to box. I can teach someone how to box and all that. My movements aren't the best because of my legs, because of having so much muscle built just on the top half of my body, pretty much.
Yes.
It makes me move a whole completely different way than a regular boxer would, Sometimes I wish I could catch some of my old videos, but haven't had any luck trying to find any of them. But like my movement, how it used to be at 155, I mean, it looked like a kid that had been training, boxing since he was 12 years old compared to my big ass right now.
Okay. So you just jumped in there. You wanted to prove something. You fought 619.
I just wanted to just wanted to show that the one that I could take a punch and I could, I remember watching some of 619's videos and saying, this guy doesn't hit hard. I can stand there and trade with him. But when the day came, cardio was a big problem. I remember just backpedaling the whole time because I was so tired. I was like, if I stand in front of this guy, he's just gonna, go off on me and win by points, just landing every single punch
Yeah.
on me.
And he
But
does. He does. That's
yeah.
he stifles people very, very quickly and efficiently.
And yeah, sometimes boxing is not about hitting hard, but it's definitely having cardio and knowing how to 619 has that. He if he can throw punches, if he gets you in a corner, he's gonna let his punches go, and that's what counts at the end.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's very, very true. So you fight him, you lose. Did your mindset change there? Because we saw a mindset change somewhere between 619 and Bearded King. I just don't know when it happened.
I lost to when I lost to Walk again. I felt like that fight was really close. Looking back at it, like even looking back at 619's, a lot of the comments on my fight with 619 say, "Oh, Golden Arms won," and there's some for Walk that said that I had won too. But looking back to it as a boxer, or even someone professional would look at a fight like that, they would say 619 and Walk won because they were the ones putting the pressure. They were the ones throwing more punches. Might have not been the more powerful punches to to hurt me, but they were throwing the most punches out of both of us. And when I lost to Walk, that's what made me change. I was like, I got if my cardio is not gonna if I can't build my cardio, then I'm not gonna be able to last the 3 rounds and try to hurt these guys. And that was, to me, that felt like that was the only way I was gonna be able to win a fight, was by either stoppage, knocking them out, or because a lot of the fights the 2 fights that I had lost, they were just pretty much, leaned more their way than my way, even though I had landed some of the most the what do you call it
significant
the significant punches on the fight.
Yeah. Okay. That make I mean, I would have to go back and watch them to really break those down, but I definitely see what you're talking about. There was, after that Walk fight, there was a large change before you fought Bearded King. How much time did you take off? I can't remember, between Walk and Bearded King.
It was like 3 months after.
3 months?
Yeah, after Walk, I took 3 months off, and that's when I started running. Actually, I started running, did my 13-minute miles. I ended up dropping it. By the time I fought Bearded King, I was like at 10 minutes a mile, and I was doing hill sprints, so I knew I was getting better.
Yeah. Okay. And it did show in Bearded King. That's when, right before that, around the Walk time, that's when you and I started talking about fighting a lot. And so after the Bearded King win, though, is when, around that time, I think, around that time you had, I can't remember if your fight with Say So, how long, it was only 2 months, I believe, after that, right? It was maybe
like
less.
2 months after that.
Yeah, 2 months. Your output's still increased after Walk. It has. Like, you throw a lot more punches than you did before Walk. So you beat Bearded King. How's your mindset change going in your first fight with Streetbeefs to that Bearded King? Your first, 3 fights, that first one you won, the second 2 you lost. Did your mindset change going in, or did you just know exactly, hey, I need to fix my cardio and jump in there and figure it out?
Yeah, pretty much knew I had to change, and involve cardio more, and a lot of the movement. I always practice it, like the angles coming in at different angles. But like when I talk to the coach that I have now, and I always tell him, like, as soon as we came back from Arizona fighting you, first thing he said, he's like, "What the fuck happened to you?" we practice angles, and it seems like you just stand there in front of the guy all mad, waiting for him to punch you so you can punch back. And I told him, I was like, that's when I get into a fight, and especially I've learned this now at my age, that I can't activate myself until someone hits me, and then I feel like I'm serious into the fight now. Okay, now we're serious, let's get into it.
Yeah.
But even after you're fighting, what you like sparring at the gym, when I spar at the gym, we go pretty hard here, and I actually move better. Even when I went to go train with 609, I look at some of my videos with 609 training with this coach. I had a better movement and all that, but that's when
You're
I'm in
not
a
in
sparring
sand.
set.
You're also not in sand. You're a little more relaxed, not as tense because you're in a
Maybe
fight.
that has to do with it too, but I feel like every time I get into a fight at the sandbox or the hot box now, it's always like that. It seems like I just stand there and I'm waiting for the guy so we can trade off punches.
I can confirm that. Yes, that's what you do. That wake up punch. Yeah, there was a wake up punch. I remember we threw a couple jabs at each other, and then I put this right hand on you, and you caught it with your guard, but your demeanor changed right after that. It did wake you up. You're like, all right, here we go. And then it was a fight. But for a minute, it wasn't a fight. So in that time, what made you, after you called out 619, call me out? Because that question has been asked of me a lot. What made you start calling me out and just doing everything you could to piss me off?
It wasn't, like I said, I've always said it. It's nothing personal against anybody in street beefs, but to me, I just felt like if you want to prove that you're the better one in your division, then you're gonna fight the better ones, And like you said, Wero had all the attention at the time, I was like, oh, this guy's, won some fights with knockouts. To me, that's what I wanted. I wanted to fight Wero and get in there and see what I could do against him.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. So yeah, you're doing your calling out. You're building a name for yourself at that point. It was a very polarizing name. A lot of people didn't like you. A lot of people did like you. The movement after the Bearded King was a little bit different. You still did your call out, but it seemed the tone changed a little bit because I feel like you got that win, and then you rolled into the Say So KO fight and you got that win. Let's talk about that one. How did that play out? How did you train for that? Did you train differently for Say So than you did for Bearded King, or was it the same?
No, I actually didn't. I was training for Say So, but I also wasn't like my dieting and drinking. I remember telling you, like, before your fight, I hadn't had a drink for like 2 months because every time I drink, I feel like it slows my cardio down by, a lot. I'll feel and I noticed it with the fight with the Walk Lobster and the fight with Say So, because at both of them, that whole week prior to it, my brother would come and visit me, and so we would just be out drinking, late and eating. And when I went and fought Say So, that's how I felt. Like I was moving, I was throwing punches, but you could feel, you feel it in your body that you're tired.
Oh yeah.
Like with you, if I would have had alcohol and not been training right, that punch that you landed would have probably, easily put me out, because that would have drained pretty much my whole battery right there.
Yeah.
As it was.
I feel that.
A punch like that, it probably drained like 40-50% of my energy that I had for the whole fight. So if I hadn't trained for it, I think
I can back that up with my experiences. The only fight that I haven't been drinking and partying and doing a bunch of drugs right before was the Dangerous fight. I had been drinking every single day for months, and I was like, I just need to take a month off, and I took a month off, and I felt a lot better. Yeah. So yeah, alcohol is poisoning your body. I got a couple things in here to talk about though. Smoke ranch, whatever. The hot box is not retired, guys. Jimmy Fit, the hot box is not retired. It's just we're not going to do a whole bunch of events there. That's all. I think the next event's going to be wintertime. Probably be somewhere in November to March-ish. So we just won't do a whole bunch there, but we will. And this question, I know there's a lot of talk about this. Are you still fighting Hitman in this upcoming event? I'm assuming no with that shoulder injury.
I want to, because we both talked about it, and I know I would prepare both of us for our scrapyard fight. But like I said, I haven't been training this whole week, and I don't feel like my shoulder. I told him by Saturday. If by Saturday I felt it would get better, then I would tell him yeah. But as it is, like today, it's still killing me. I had to take painkillers today to calm the damn pain. It was so hard.
And as much as it sucks, I would highly suggest you just take that time off, man. We are not spring chickens, bro. Those injuries can take a while to heal.
Yeah, especially like you said, at our age.
Yep. I guess that's the answer right there. You're not fighting at this event, bro.
Yeah.
So,
more than likely, I'm not.
Like I said, I agree. I agree with Tank. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't be fighting this event if you're in injury enough to where you got to take some pain medication.
You can see the bicep right there. How it's all purple.
God damn! Did you tear your bicep?
We were rolling, and he caught me like in a weird move, but I wasn't able to tap out. So I think he hyperextended this arm, but then the whole back shoulder part of it is that's where it hurts the most. Like the wing part, it doesn't let me, like, I can lift it, but if I do like a fast movement, it'll feel like it wants to twitch again.
Yeah, don't fight, bro. Don't fight. Just looking at that right now, you should not be fighting. So, so you're cutting out alcohol, training a little bit. No, you weren't cutting out alcohol as much for Say So, and then so after Say So was me, right? Was I after Say So? I think I was.
Canadian.
Oh, Canadian was okay. Yeah, let's talk about that for sure, because you flew up there January of this year. I flew up there January of last year. So there's a lot of that fight was a little polarizing because everybody said both of you didn't really look that good. So a lot of comments about how both of you really look that good. But I just wanted to say
it myself.
100%, bro. It's hard as fuck to move in 30-degree weather. I couldn't get anything to move. I couldn't warm up. I tried, nothing happened. I almost guarantee you went through the same thing. It's nuts up there.
I actually like leaving Bakersfield for that fight. I had like the prior week to it, I had some sparring, and I looked good in the sparring, and I remember telling my girl, I was like, Canadian had done his shit talking when he was on the West Coast. So I remember messaging him. I was like, I remember him calling me fat boy or something. But you need to get some wins before you think you're gonna fight Canadian and this and that. So I remember messaging him. I told him, I was like, are you prepared for the fight? He's like, yeah, I'm prepared. And I told him, I was like, I'm coming pretty damn trained, bro. I was like, I'm gonna be landing a lot of punches. And to me, that's how it felt. I was gonna go and have a really good boxing match with them. But once I was there, started getting ready for the fight, took off my shirt, and I was just in the tank top. Yeah, my body just like froze, and my left leg from my hip down to my knee, I have a metal rod. So even that thing was so damn cold, I had pain down that leg the whole fucking time I was up there. But the cold,
that cold, no. And on top of that injury, I thought that was rough. And I even had some people tell me like, "Hey, go watch that fight and take notes." Blah blah blah. I was like, absolutely not. I know what it's like to fight up there. It's not the opponent you're going to face down here in the heat. So I watched it a couple times just to watch it. Didn't even use it to study your movements or anything like that. Yeah.
It was definitely going out there. You got to stay. I don't know. Take fucking 3-4 sweaters and stay warm the whole time, right up to your fight.
Yep. And you have to move. You have to have the cardio to damn near, get a good mile of jogging or running in before you even the fight. Yeah, couldn't move. It's ridiculous up there. Okay. So you go up there, you fight Canadian. Was that your first time in Scrapyard?
Yeah, first time out there.
Yeah. How did you like it up there? Because I've been up there 2 times. And I know you've been
I loved it. The people were, good people out there too. And The event, I mean, it was just nice. They had a nice ring. They had food. They had cookies and I forget coffee and all that for the people there. Actually, my sister lives out there in Washington,
Oh, okay.
and I invited her and one of my cousins out there, and
Mhm.
yeah, they all had a good time there at the scrapyard too. So I really liked it out there. Then
Oh, nice.
it was like I mean, if Seattle and out there is beautiful, you know. So you're always gonna enjoy being out there.
It is, and Steve's got a fire chicken. He's got a very, very nice setup out there. He really
Yeah,
does. Everything's really, really smooth. Runs really well. Besides for the fact that it's cold as fuck, it's damn near perfect up there. Yep.
yeah,
And did you guys do after party up there and everything?
yeah. We did.
You did? Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he puts on little solid little after parties, man. We was
Oh, we
out
didn't.
partying too.
I didn't end up going to the fire chickens. We went out, did our own partying.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah,
We
I went
found
to
some
fire
strippers
chicken.
out there too.
Of course, of course. For the misses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, you fight Canadian, you run up there, you stomp that little shit, and then you come down, and then that's when around the time we were supposed to fight. But no, actually, sorry, before that we are supposed to fight the December event. It got
Yeah.
canceled, postponed, moved around, and then we're supposed to fight. From when you were gonna fight me, did your training change between, let's say, Bearded King and TC and them?
Yeah, I was prior to fighting you, I was doing a lot of running. Think one thing like I joined the MMA gym like 3 weeks prior going out to fight you, and
Mm-hmm.
ever since I joined there, just learning from when you go there, um I've been trying to stay away more and more from so much weightlifting and do more cardio, more running, hill running, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
more cables. But I feel like it's changing, and it will change more and more as I continue training. Like I know I definitely don't want to be, you know, weightlifting just heavy as weight no more. I'm just probably gonna stick
Yeah.
to more cables and running hills.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the reason I ask this is because for certain people, I train certain things.
Yeah,
Like for bad news, I trained reactionary. So I just tried to, when I did my bag work, I thought reactionary because I knew like I'm not gonna catch him with his guard up. For you, I trained specifically for that right hand to not get hit by that right hand anywhere detrimental. So like I was just wondering because I asked this to everybody that's on here if they train specific things. I never really get a different answer. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
I don't think I trained different for anybody. I mean, I study your videos just to see.
yeah,
You know, I knew that right hand was coming too. Not just my right
you
hand was gonna
did.
be flying out there.
Yeah, you did. I'll give you that. You did. So okay, you come up to the house for the fight where the fight was at. How are you feeling in that time
um,
for our fight?
I was feeling good. Well, as soon as we got there, you know, a lot of people greeted us, and
Mhm.
it was, you know, just like any other event. You know, you get there and people start greeting you. You know, you start saying hi to
Yeah.
everybody, and it's just the same. I for a second, driving up there, I remember telling my girl, I was like, because you were taking the stuff a little more serious than I was, personally, you know, between us.
Mhm.
And I remember just thinking, fucking Wero better not have a bunch of his friends there trying to fucking mean mug me and trying to start problems with me and this and that.
I
And
had a bunch of females up there. That's it.
walking up to the house, that was my only concern. I was like, I just hope this guy didn't bring no other friends trying to start problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah.
But
Um,
no, you know, like what Streetbeefs is about. You know, you do your shit talking and handle it in the ring, and then what happens in the ring stays in the ring.
yeah, I remember when you showed up. I said, "What's up?" We dapped, and then you know, an hour later, we got into a fight.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. So you come in. we do our thing. You fight me. First round obviously doesn't go exactly how you were hoping it to go. You took a little bit more damage than you thought. What's your? I could tell you're really, really excited before that first round. You even looked across at me because I was in my zone, and you looked across at me. You're like, "Smile, Wero," and like you look like you were just having a good time, which is awesome. I love that. But you know what? This right here, Sunshine. No, it did not. So I'll go ahead and tell everybody about this real quick. I printed up a bunch of banners that said "Happy Birthday Golden Showers" on it. And I was gonna post it on the fucking wall. But as much as we were shit talking and stuff like that, I got to think about it. And I'm like, okay, I am taking it a little personally because I did not appreciate the way you approached a few things with me. So I was a little irritated with you. I don't know if you noticed, but I also was the host of the event, so I didn't want to come off too aggressively biased. You know what I mean? And I tried to make that evident. So it was a very, very weird feeling hosting the event and fighting on it, especially when you showed up and everybody was like, ooh, like, because people, as soon as you show up, they look for the tension. You know what I mean? They're all looking around for the tension. And it was there, but it really wasn't because I was just busy doing shit. And we ended up, so we fight. You're looking pretty excited. I'm looking pretty serious, as you could tell from our different corner intros and stuff like that. And then we fight. First round probably didn't go exactly as you imagined. It didn't go as I imagined either. I get out of the first round and I'm fucking exhausted. I'm exhausted 30 seconds into that fight because you're so big and you're moving me around. It's taking a lot of my energy. So then we fight, and I tap out after the second round. Once that moment happens, how are you feeling when you got that belt? Like what did it feel like for Golden Arms to win that belt?
I didn't really care for the belt. I remember after they said that you were tapping out, I walked over to your corner and I was telling you, come on, let's do one more round. In my head, I was like, I wanted a fight that was going to bring the views. I wanted us to go out there and give it all. And I don't know if you remember that, but me walking over to your corner and telling you, come on, let's do one more round. And
I remember that.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm fucking gassed. And
I think my specific words were "fuck you, Golden Arms." I'm not getting back in there.
And yeah, that's when the other people started chanting your name. They're like, "Come on, Wero, Wero." And that's all I wanted. I wanted to put out a good fight, and that was it. Like winning the belt, yeah, that was good. But I've always said it's not about the belt at this point. I want my rematch with 619.
Yeah, here's that was honestly I gave it my all. You know what I mean? Like when you get really, really tired and you start to get in the tunnel vision, your peripheral vision goes. Like when I can't see because I'm that tired, I was just like, that's a wrap. Fuck it. Daniel says, what was your game plan for the fight? When you went in there, what was your game plan for it?
Take Weddle's punch, the strongest punch, and then see how it goes from there. I remember walking out to after the first round and sitting in my corner, and first thing my girl says, she's like, "You just took his fucking hardest punch. Now you get back in there and give him hell the second round." And I remember thinking when she told me that, I was like, "Yeah, I did just take his fucking strongest punch, and it didn't knock me out." And
No?
Ant was cornering me too. He's like, "Yeah, bro, you took his hardest fucking punch." He's like, "Get out there and give him hell this round." And I came out second round, and to me, I was like, now I've taken his best shot. Now let's stand there and trade. Like second round, that's why you see me come out and start throwing more punches because I wanted for us to stand there and just trade off. See, like you said, see who was going to walk out of there or not.
Yeah, that was my game plan in the beginning, and we traded in the beginning. I had nothing left for the second round. But yeah, so we do our fight. We get done with that. You have the belt. 619's on the table again for you. Is that something you really, really want? Because where are we sitting at with that? Yeah.
Yeah, we've already talked about it, and I told him give me, probably till this summer. Really want to get down to probably as near as I can to like 195. That way I can be lighter and be able to move, because we all know, fucking 619 has the damn cardio. As big as he is, he has cardio.
He does. And yeah, he's like Tyson Fury with
I
his
need to start
cardio.
eating.
Just
I need to start eating like he does, fucking eating Cheetos and all that shit he eats. Maybe that's where the cardio comes in.
Maybe. I don't know where he gets it. I think honestly, he trains damn near daily. He's in the gym all the time. And you can bet money that he's going to take you very seriously this time. So his cardio is probably going to be the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
I haven't even talked to him about it, so I'm not even giving inside information. This is just how I feel about the situation. So you made a cut the other day also about bare knuckle boxing. Tell me about it.
More than likely, I'm gonna be. I've been talking to them. I'm gonna be tryouts probably like in July, August. The trials, they do them in different. They just had one in, I think, Louisiana. But the next one should be posted up around. They were saying around May, the end of May. They're gonna post up the next tryouts. And since I already signed up for it, send my application and all that to them, I just have to have all my work done, my blood work and all that, by the time all the tryouts come out. And I'm pretty much already on the list to go try out.
Is that professional? Are you a professional boxer at that point?
Yeah, that's professional.
So are you ready to no longer ever fight for Streetbeefs again?
If I go into bare knuckle, yeah, I want to. I mean, especially because at my age, I don't have many more years left over in me to give to boxing. So,
yeah, hey, you're not wrong, man. I'm feeling the same.
In the last 2-3 years, then I'll be good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, do you, besides for 619, potentially taking that scrapyard fight up there, who are you lined up to fight up there? I heard Jay Goff.
JB.
Yeah. JB. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, besides 619 and JB, do you have anybody else in your sights?
Well, I want the rematch with him, man. I know he's dropped a lot of weight, and he's a different boxer than when we first met. So I definitely want to, try myself with him and see how that goes.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, probably my next fight, if after the scrapyard, before I fight 619, I'll probably rematch Hitman.
Okay. Are we gonna rematch one day? If you haven't gone pro.
If I haven't gone pro, yeah.
on my birthday, January 29th. Let's do it.
This one was my birthday, so we'll do it on yours now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I'm thinking, because I'm only gonna fight probably Dangerous this year, and then potentially you, maybe. Who knows? Might go up to Scrapyard. I don't know. Who knows? Are you going up in May, or are you looking at the August?
No, I'm going up in May.
Another good question from Daniel. How are you training for bare knuckle, or have you started training?
The coach that I'm with, he has a fighter that does bare knuckle. So I've been training with him, but pretty much just work your damn knuckles. Hit a little 1x sheet, the plywood.
Yeah.
And just lightly tap them.
Do you really just punch wood? No
just
shit.
To sharpen your knuckles, pretty much get them as big as you can. And and you practice a technique and all that too, but that's just like regular boxing,
And then Daniel's just throwing him out there. King Madness wants that golden up his match. How you feel about boxing King Madness?
I haven't seen any of his fights. I just seen that he posted that the other day. I told him I'm down. I'm not.
He got a lot of fights. How many fights you got? I'm not
telling anybody no.
Yeah. I think he got like 11, 12.
Oh, shit.
Like
He got a lot of them, huh?
Yeah.
I'm about to look at some of them. I haven't I haven't watched any of his fights yet.
Yeah, he's nice. He is. He's nice. Yeah. Well, Golden Arms, my man. I appreciate you being on the podcast, bro. I think that was a pretty good. We had some dope moments there, and that was a crazy fucking story about almost losing your goddamn leg, bro. That's yeah. Oh, yeah, here it is, right here. King Madness, 14-0.
14-0. Oh shit.
14-0. Yeah, he's nice, and he wants a piece of the Golden Arms.
So I'm at to give him his first loss.
Yeah, that's dope. All right, my man. You have a good night, man. Again, I appreciate you.
Take it easy.
All right,
I'll see you guys.
Yep, later. I got a few other people coming on the show. I'm gonna start trying to announce people a few weeks ahead of time so everybody can know, kind of plan around it. I've had a couple people inbox me and say they need a little bit more time to know than just 18, 24 hours. So we're going to try to do that. You guys stay up, man, and hope you guys catch Locked In again later.